Trying to get everything sitting nicely. Right, let me put this other light on as well. See how that adds to the whole process. So maybe turn it down ever so slightly. He figures out all of these. Yeah, that's quite good now, isn't it? Okay, so what we're doing tonight is we're going to be painting this gorgeous little scene, which was the scene from the video I uploaded yesterday in the Copeland Islands. And we're going to do it in Derwent Inktense watercolor pencils. So this is for the benefit of those of you who are watching it after the fact, because there's actually nobody on yet. So using the Derwent Inktense, hello to the first person who is on. Just going to try and bring this up in front of me so you can, I'll be able to actually read your comments, which would be good. Got us up, tremendous. So just going to move this. Hello, Jessica. Good evening. Thanks for stopping by. So, going to be. Let's get my brushes out. I don't know what brush I shall use. Hello, Grace. Hello, Black Dog Blue. Hello, Nancy. So this is just a little impromptu live. I know I irritate the heck out of the most of you because I never. Hello, Burnside Art from Aberdeenshire. How's it going, pal? You okay? I was up in Peterborough. I think I talked about this one time before, but I was up in Peterborough and they're all quines and loons and great to have you. Oh, wonderful. I couldn't understand half of the things that were actually saying to me. Beautiful Aberdeenshire, where it'll be light until probably about 12:30 tonight, because we're just past the longest day, being yesterday. Hopefully the weather where you are is good. The weather where we are in North Belfast. I was actually down at a Christian festival called Nua today in close to Newcastle, which was really cool. Burnside, yes, that's right. Peterhead. Is that where you're from? Are you from Peterhead? Oh, hello, Grace. You're from Perrysburg in Ohio, so it's much earlier on in the day and probably a heck of a lot warmer as well. Somebody's dropped out. I must have caused offence by my poor attempt at Scottish accent. Okay, so let us make a start. Now, what I'm going to do actually, first of all, is let's select the majority of the colours we're going to use. So I actually think this green aqua sea breeze is going to come in there. Well, teal green, I don't know. Deep indigo, bright and blue, cerulean blue, sea blue, iron blue. Yes, iron blue, because I bought that one recently and I haven't really had the opportunity to use it too much. The other one actually might, well, no, I don't know. Don't know whether we need Payne's Grey, and I'll try and get in. I think probably the Indian ink would be better rather than the, what do you call it, than the bark one that I was thinking of. Let's have a thought as to what else. 95 degrees. Oh, Christina. How do you say, is it ciao? Is that, no, that's Italian. Buongiorno is also Italian. How do you say hello in Spanish? Not terrible. And Cindy, hello from New Hampshire. So we've got Spain, America, we've got Scotland. You're about 20 miles west of Peterhead. Right, okay. It's a beautiful part of the world up there. Massive shipping culture, isn't it? So that one I was thinking for was the leaf green, really, if we can find it. Light olive and leaf green. Okay. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien. ¿Dónde está el baño? I had to learn that for going to Mexico. Okay, so I know that you're probably bored of seeing this, but it is the best sharpener on the planet. And this is my the Faber-Castell one, which is just incredible. So just gonna have a quick shifty here to see if any of these need done. I tend to use there's two settings, the jumbo and the graphite. I tend to use the jumbo because it gives a really nice sharpening. Yeah, which is good. So you would think it would be organized to have these things done beforehand, but you would be wrong. This is me just coming down from being at Nua and just relaxing somewhat. So let's get rolling here. Now my light is doing my head in a little bit, so I'm going to shift this around because, sorry for moving the camera. Just going to shift this around a little bit so that it's not in my way while I draw, which would not be a good idea. Hopefully that hasn't affected the lighting too much. 30 people online, there are 29 people online tonight. Well, that's pretty cool. So let's so we're gonna start. Where will we start? Do you know what? Actually, probably the wisest place would be to start would be with the, see, I think actually we will just go with this is the 1600, and we're gonna just go with this the leaf green, and we're just picking up on some of those little bits. Now this actually hopefully should be really, really simple tonight. And then just getting in, next one's the Indian ink. Now, this could be a little bit tricky to do, but we'll see. Okay, so again, these are just simple lines, just leaning in heavier in certain sections. This could be very minimal tonight and very quick, which maybe you'll all love. I quite like things when they're quick as well, you know, I don't love things that take forever. What was your feedback? There wasn't as much traction on yesterday's video about the Copeland Islands and the oil paint. Is it because it's oil paint, do you think, that it's just not as appealing because what I am is Woodward's watercolors? Is that the... Oh, hello from Florida. Oh, we've got more. We've got Jeff. Hi from Italy. Great to be here for the live stream. Yes, great to have you. Ciao. And prego. Oh, I love hearing prego. We had our honeymoon in Limone and then took the boat across to Malchesney. And then we were in Roma, which was great. Linda, hello from Florida. Never been to Florida. It's a place to go. Toby and I were together at the Cotswolds last weekend, which was just absolutely wonderful. Just great to be with all of those cool people that were just setting the horizon line here. There we go. With the people who were there with us for the weekend. That was just really, really special to be there. I'm going to use a little bit of... Hello, Sharon. Let's art today. Early morning from Australia. Yeah, very early morning. So Sharon, good to have you. This is slowly turning into something that is really very just straight lines, isn't it? So just making lots of straight lines on the page here. I'm just trying to pick up on a couple of little things here. I'm going to go for some of that light olive. Light olive is one of my favorites. JF, you're from Sussex originally and now about 20 minutes from Ravenna. Oh, Margriet Leegdekker. Did I say that well? I think I maybe did well with that. Leegdekker from the Netherlands. And Leslie Brown from Allo Nottingham in England. Goodness me, this is tremendous tonight. So a little bit of the light olive, which is 1540. I didn't give you the other numbers. I take it the majority of you are fans of the Derwent Inktense. Well, you all know that I am. So as always, to orientate you to the lives that I do, the more chat there is, the better. Really love the chat in these, so do feel free to chat away and ask me questions, not be shy of anything. If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you I don't know. So just filling in a little bit with this light olive. Light olive is 1540. Okay, so that's all we're going to do there. Now, the dominance of this entire scene is with, well, we're going with dark cerulean. That's all I've got. But the dark cerulean is just really wonderful. So the good thing about the Derwent Inktense, as you know, is the intensity of the ink means that you can just really add it in wherever and lift it. Also, in putting the darker points of it here means that I can create it much lighter further on down here, which is great. Just a little bit of breaking off there. You're going to try and draw along? Brilliant, Jessica. So just really simple lines, really. I'm not... The cloud, I don't know. Don't know whether we'll keep that cloud in or not. I quite like the scene, just nice and simple. Black Dog, yeah, I love the Inktense. They're good. Unbelievable, aren't they? Unbelievable. So, okay, and what else I want to do is add in a little bit of... I'm just going to go for sea blue just in the top here because it's so much richer. And the interesting thing is that you really cannot tell the difference of the pigment whenever you're laying it down like this. That only really seems to come whenever you're adding in the water, which is just the best part of the process, really. Just fantastic. Okay, so that's what we're going to do there. Now the sea blue, let's take some of that just across here. We've got nice rich line. So I'm just going to govern this with lines tonight, I think. I think that's the way to do this one. Seems to be the way we started anyway, so why change the habit of a lifetime? Now this line work also will give it a certain feel. Okay, so I want to add in now, what have I got here? That was the dark cerulean. What I want to add in here is a little bit of the green aquamarine, which is, I suppose, risky in some regards, but not really. It's all the same sort of being. The other thing is, hopefully this will be nice and, quite nice and clean as an artwork. And it always amazes me how it changes so dramatically when you add the water in, you know. No, Bonnie is not in the studio with me tonight. Bonnie, well, it's not overly warm here, like it's probably where you are. Where are you, Black Dog? Are you England or Northern Ireland? I think you're England, actually. Well, Bonnie, you know, it's not too bad here for her. She was in the kitchen, which is the coolest part of the house today anyway, so she'll be surviving it fine. But yeah, I remember when it was really bad a few years ago, Norfolk. So you guys are really getting, it's like a fairly major heat wave going on at the minute. Okay, so I'm going to take just a little bit of this. So I forgot to tell you this. So the green aquamarine is 1220. The sea, was it bright blue I used there? What did I use? I used sea blue, which was 1200. I'm going to add a little bit of bright blue, actually, which is 1000. Good load of people on tonight, which is great. Good to have all of you. Just going to add in and then let that sort of matriculate throughout. Okay, so I want to take a little bit of the iron blue just for, it's much darker, just for a couple of the darker sections there. It's part of me. I might do the sky with the pointed wash, and then do the other parts with the flat, just because the flat's really going to give me nice line work, you know. And I'm just trying to think that all through really before I get to that point. Yeah, I think the strip, again, I haven't added any of the dark cerulean into this section here, so just adding in just that littlest bit there. This is a real dominance of the blues, isn't it? So Jessica said she was drawing along. How are you getting on, Jessica? Bringing in just different line work there to see how that goes. Now, the other one I wanted to do, it was the green aquamarine I used. The other one I want to use ever so slightly is the sea breeze. It's 1225. I could do with a fan on in here, actually. I actually have one just over there, so I could be tempted to. Oh, do you know what? Actually, I can nearly see a touch of that. Just gonna add that very, very lightly across here. Now you all know, well, I would imagine the majority of you know. So I'm using the pencil quite slightly on its side there. So just to disperse the Inktense there. Okay, I think that's all we're going to do with the Inktense. So what about the rest of you? Where's your, oh yes, oh hello. Is that Lee or he? Is it Lee? Oh hi. Hi from, hi ho. Hi, I get you now. It took me a minute. From Cavan, County Cavan. I don't know whether that's a Calvin accent or not, but I know that your accent will be more like that than it will the others. Jessica, hard to tell before adding the water, and I don't have all the blues you're using, but I'm just using other blues. Go you! I think it's great that you're doing that. Just jump in with it. Can you see the picture okay? I'll move it down actually a little so you can see it that bit better. Just putting my pencils back in order a tad there. Oh, did it not move it down for you? Let me move it down a bit more so you can actually see it there. Cindy, I have a set of 12 Inktense, new to me, haven't used them yet. Paper for them, watercolor. Watercolor paper, go with that. 300 GSM is great, 350 is even better. See Out of Brighton is my beloved paper, Cindy, so I would go with them. And I use them like this, as in just drawing with them first and then adding the water in after. So that's the way that works best for me. I'm going to do my stamplers. Just say, I'm going to put the Copelands. I just put Copelands actually. Let's do that. Ah, the stampers, they never get old. You're welcome, Cindy. Any other question, guys? Just ask. The thing I love about the stampers is how imperfect they get to be. They don't have to be absolutely in line, or there can be different strengths, you know. Actually pleased how much this is taken up of the page as well, which is nice. We'll see. I have faith this could be hopefully quite nice. Alright, Black Dog, what'd you say? Monkey stampers just show the human element, it's good. Yeah, I think you're right. You know, it would do my head in if I was trying to get these perfectly in alignment all the time, you know. Maybe call it the Copelands actually. Might be good. It's strange putting the in previous afterwards. Yes, lots of workshops lined up with Toby. We're currently looking at next year, and we're going to do another 4 weekends next year, and we're also chatting about other things. That's all I'm going to say. The workshops are just have been wonderful, and last time we had 16 people, which was just great, and we both absolutely love doing them, and I think really enjoy working together on them as well. Toby will tell you he doesn't, but secretly he does. He loves it. Burnside Art, love the stampers. I've started using them when I do pen and wash. Oh, brilliant! I love hearing that. I just love hearing how we all end up influencing each other. Okay, so let's tackle the sky. Before he does that, he rolls up his this little pencil thing. Was about 8. I know I try to sell it every time. I don't make any money from selling it. I just think for £8 it's been just pretty invaluable to have, and a really much better way of transporting the. This is where the bit you all like, I think. Just get the water, the little Faber-Castell collapsible pot, and it's my pointed wash, the number 6 Aquafine tonight. I just think that having a way of transporting them is really helpful, you know. Okay, so here we go. So let's just jump in. Oop, get a couple of splats. That's already dropped down a little bit further than I would like. So I'm just going to do the dab and grab. Grab that and lift it away. You know, with the Inktense, you'll always be left with a certain little element of, you know, where it's not going to dissipate. And for me, the favorite thing about this is the line work that actually is left behind. Just absolutely love that. And you can also, you know, you can also reduce the amount of line work by agitating it more and more, you know. But I don't need to really do that. And just pulling that for the lighter bit across the top. Now I'm not going to go right to the edge of that, obviously, because it'll activate that, and also gives you that nice kind of line. Now the other thing is I have put loads and loads and loads of water on that, so I can lift a little bit should I choose, and I will lift some here, just hoovering it up. and agitating ever so slightly as well as we go. Isn't it insane how much pigment there actually is in these things? Now that little line there, just gonna, don't want that to be as strong as it actually is there. So just, can you see just how that little bit of agitation just will suck that in quite nicely, and then we can let that draw to the edges. Now, if I wanted to do the cloud, this is a bit everybody loves where the water goes on. Isn't it? Isn't it just an incredible blue? Had I wanted to do more with the cloud, like there's a wee bit of, if I lift that off ever so slightly, you're still getting that, so it's probably better to keep that on. So you can see all that brighter, but sort of give the impression of the cloud area. Now, this is going to really pull if I don't lift some, which is okay if I wanted to do that. I don't overly want to do that. It is a gorgeous blue, absolutely. Such a rich sky blue as well. Okay, so the next bit is we're going to move to, this is a number 12 flat shader. So just for this little bit of the, I'm changing position in my seat as well for this. It's quite, I'm holding my breath because quite carefully going across the line there. And also these little bits here. Now this is the Indian ink, so it will kaboom. Just trying to use the corner, because look in that section there, it looks like it's just being used quite awkwardly with a flat edge. But I mean, this is a really, the lines in this is probably the most important bit of it. Try and get this across here. It's gonna, it's not crazy. Like I'm able to do that tap there by that. Okay, so then to the favorite brush of all. Do you all have a favorite brush? I think we probably all do. This is this 3/4 flat, and these are the Daler Rowney Simply range, which is just great. And what I'm going to do is just move this across. Yeah, is that mad? Changing the brush around there. Can you see just together? That is actually, it's not insane. That is actually, we're living in such a warm, or I'm in such a warm room at the minute that I'm able actually to go in nice and tight, which is great. Back dog, I like the water brushes, but I know most folks don't. I think I just got used to them when I started. Now they feel right. Yeah, I would agree, you know, and like it's like watercolor, people are forever saying to me, oh, I hate watercolor, it's difficult, and I'm thinking watercolor is all I've really, I mean, I love using oil. It's one of my favorite things at the minute, I think in general, but watercolor feels like home to me, you know. Remember the song? Shauna Colvin, feels like home to me. No, beautiful voice, don't I? So just wanting, again, angling the direction of the brush, and that, do you remember, for any of you have seen that video that I did, that rocking motion? Art in the Serenade. You're very funny. My favorite brush is Aqua Elite number 6. Oh, that sounds good, Sharon. I actually like how that is moving a little bit there. Just now, is this risky, but I think what I'm going to do is actually draw this across. Yes, pleased I did that. Okay, now the last thing that I want to do then is lift is there singing Christian festival you want to imagine singing there? But I don't, yes there is, yeah. Love it. No, not quite Shauna Colvin, but okay, I'm just gonna pull a little bit some of these edges here. So lifting off, sort of dabbing off those little sections there. Well, I have to say, I think I am actually quite pleased with that. Now, what I might do, I think that would warrant on this section here, is just a little bit of, just a little touch. I'm going to use, is this the moment for this, for the new one, the Storm Dust? I think it is a moment for the Storm Dust. Excuse me, Storm Dust is 2107. Just adding just those little. Sometimes what's quite nice is when something is bled ever so slightly like that, is to ring fence the bleed, if you know what I mean. So it's bled, but actually when you draw a line around that bleed, then it seems more deliberate. Not that I think it desperately needs it, but I love that colour Storm Dust. It's beautiful. Okay, the other thing I wanted to do, so the Ionian might be, unless the Ionian's too much. Let me just add a little couple of sections here. It's got a nice fine line. And again, that's the same thing that I'm doing where there's been ever so slight amounts of bleed. And I can just add little embellishments of detail across there. Okay, people, I don't think that I actually would do much more than that. Now, before I rush away back to my, I'm going to actually collapse in another heap. But, oh, I need to sign it. I need to sign it. And the Storm don't sign it. No, that's do it not. I would sign just my first name and the year. So it's column 25 for this one. So what do you think? I'm actually quite pleased with that. I mean, it is a really simple scene, and we've used really a very limited palette on that, but it just gives such a lovely effect. And I would say actually this piece is an argument for me for the keeping the line work in. Oh, you prefer that to the oils one? Okay, interesting. I think the argument for the lines is, like, if you look closely at this one, I don't know whether you can see it that well. If I put it under there, no, it's not going to show you much more. If you look closely at this, you can see hopefully some of the detail in the sea. You know, the effect of the water. Thanks, guys, appreciate that. The effect of the water. And in the sky, it gives you that kind of, well, I like that anyway. That's a subjective preference. I like that. But in terms of, you know, conveying information, I think the pencil marks work really, really well. And because I dragged the brush, yes, Cindy's nailed it. You said the lines in, it shows more texture and movement. Cindy said it. That's what I was trying to say. It does. And I think as well, because the pigment that I've laid down, I'm always going to leave the gaps because I think it infuses the thing with light. But whenever you draw the brush across like that, then also you're getting that nice separation of pigment really that's happening down here and in this area. So it's giving you that little bit of information. Really pleased with how those little bits of rock have come out, and just that it's a touch, sort of like touching that this is the, you know, the Copeland Island is just there. If you haven't watched that video on the Copeland Islands, even if you don't watch the painting bit, Really, the drone footage was amazing. It was so cool to be able to fly across from the roadside, 2,000 meters to the island. Now the drone wouldn't go any further than that because it was like at its furthest extent. It's the furthest I've ever flown it, but it was just beautiful, beautiful footage. Okay, well, that's me for tonight. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. If you want more information about me, head to my website, which is woodwardswatercolors.co.uk. And if you like my stuff, then and you want to buy it, you can get it on my Etsy store, which is Woodwards Watercolors too. So there you go. Hello, Jeanette. It's 95 degrees. That's insane how warm it is. Jeanette, you've just come in at the end, but still good to have you. You'll be able to watch this hopefully in a few minutes. So thank you very much, everyone, and I will see you sometime soon. Bye.